The views and opinions of this broadcast do not reflect the views and opinions of Armed Media, New Productions and its affiliates. Enjoy the show.
I'm a big fish in a small pond. Got my days free and my nights long. I create my own reality. Who I am is fine with me. As famous as I wanna be. Who I am is fine with me. It's who I am. It's who I am. Who I am is fine with me.
Hi, everybody. It's Maria from What's the Story with Maria. Welcome to our show. This is episode 21 of What's the Story with Maria. And we started in July, and now we are in December. And you know what happens in December? It's the holidays. And you have already we have all the thumbs up coming through. So my guests tonight are the ever so festive Anthony Fett.
Hello.
Just in case you didn't know, he's flying his flag, literally. And Leo Rodriguez, my friend Leo Rodriguez is here. Okay, so I usually have it now. Billy Goffey is also supposed to be on the show, but as anyone that knows Billy Goffey, and if you don't know Billy Goffey, we'll explain Billy Goffey. Billy,
Can we?
well, you can't explain him.
Yeah.
He's like he may or may not be there. He might show up. We don't know. He's catering or something. He's always got something going on. He's like a little old lady shuffling around town.
He's a fluffer nutter.
Okay, there you go. Well, okay, he's not a fluffer nutter.
Someone on the internet.
All right, so Joe Savino has checked in. Chris DePiero has joined us.
Chris!
We love Chris. Eddie Kutu has joined us. Felix Gossi has, I think he's Judy's friend. Kimberly Travis has joined us. Gina Savino. Hi, Gina. Not a show unless my cousin Gina checks in. Vanessa Rivera.
I thought it was my cousin Gina.
Do you have a cousin Gina?
Of course, every
Italian has a cousin Gina. Oh my God. Gina and Joyce, they're sisters. They're fabulous. Do you have a Joyce?
Yeah, but my father's mother.
See?
But
There's a Gina and a Joyce.
She's up there.
Hi, Jason.
Jason Peck has joined us.
Oh, I love Jason Peck.
Oh, and
Hi.
Joe Savino took a shower earlier because usually sometimes during the show he misses things because he's in the shower.
Yeah, you
Gina,
don't want to miss this show.
He's full of it. Penny James has joined. Rona Bernadette has joined. Okay, John Pandish, let's get the show on the road. Okay, so the reason that I asked these gentlemen to join, to come on the show together is because there's always themes. You know, there's always method to my madness. So we are, of course, celebrating the holiday season, and we have very festive foods to go with it. So first of all, I want to thank you both because I love you both.
I love you.
Sometimes on the show, I think, okay, I have serious subjects and I have people that I'm interviewing that have things to talk about that are serious. So I may pull it sometimes and get a little silly myself. This is going to be the opposite. They're going to get unruly at times, and I may just have to send them to detention. Oh, exactly what I'm talking about. You see how easy they give it up. All right, so Anthony, let's start with Anthony.
Hi,
let me just mention that Leo is the angel back there, right?
He is. He's a perfect angel.
Did he pick that? He picked the angel?
Yes, he did. I knew he would.
You knew he would. So you gave him options, and he
And
picked
do you
the angel.
notice how the lights just go around me?
It's a halo. I can
Yeah,
see
there's
your
something
halo.
very spiritual about you. Our Lady of Guadalupe. That's what you.
I'm in it for a Leo.
What's your Guadalio? I love
I
that.
love, right? That's it. That's a new thing. So Anthony, our friend Anthony Fett, F-E-T-T, is
right.
doing a show. He's always doing something. So you are doing a show, Anthony. What's the date and where is it? And tell us about your
It
show.
is December 13th at the Duplex downtown, which is, I believe,
61 Christopher.
correct. If you've never been downtown New York City, I think that's one of the coolest spots is the West Village.
Yes,
you know?
amazing.
It's different from Times Square or other things, you know. I'm talking to the internet out there who may
Yeah.
or may not know about New York. So if you happen to be in New York, come on down on the 13th at 9:30 p.m.
13th. It's the name of the show is
It's gayer than Christmas.
Right, so that's why I got it. Now I didn't realize Christmas was gay. I thought that Christmas was about
yes,
It's one of the gayest holidays.
Well, what makes it a gay holiday?
Well, you have to get your darn apparel.
Oh, gay.
You've got to don your gay apparel.
Right.
I mean,
It's very festive. Gay meaning festive.
dressing
Yes.
up is encouraged.
Oh, all right.
Figure skating for
Yes, oh my
crying
God.
out loud. Shopping,
Yes.
obsessive compulsive attention to details.
Oh my God, you're right.
And infighting within the family. These are the cornerstones of the gay community, Maria.
I never thought of that.
Yeah.
So Christmas over the years started off as
Mommy issues.
right. Mommy
Illegitimate children.
started off as Jesus
Mom.
is the reason for the season,
He is.
and eventually things became
Commercialized.
right, and
Yes.
hence
the cabaret.
back
show.
in the day, gay meant to celebrate, to be happy.
And it
Be
still
happy.
does.
It still does.
It's
To
still
be
so it's-
joyful.
It's all of those.
So
things.
it's like a joyful, more joyful than Christmas, but brought into brought into our lives. So Anthony, I was lucky enough to play drums in one of Anthony's other shows, and it was such a happy, joyful situation.
And thank you
I had
for doing that.
oh my God, I had so much fun. One thing I can tell you about Anthony, he is my friend, but I have always said this to you, Anthony. You never phone it in.
Yeah, you
Ever.
do say that.
Ever.
Thank you.
One of
Ever.
my favorite things about Anthony, I don't care if there's nobody in the room. There's maybe one homeless man in the back trying to steal some bottles of liquor from the bar.
There was at the McDonald's where we did that cabaret. Do you remember we did that
Right.
cabaret?
We did the
homeless
cabaret.
guy.
The homeless guy came in.
Yeah.
Well, last night we had a crazy guy at the back, but Anthony is on that piano flying around. It's as if you have wings, Anthony. And
Oh.
it's true.
I should have brought them.
My
but
favorite story
for the
is
angel.
when Anthony starts telling Sister Act 2, and he tells her, what is she looking
wow.
at? Oh my God.
Oh my God! So you do the Lauryn Hill thing.
Cheryl Lee
does.
Ralph in that film is like iconic to me. And actually, a friend of mine.
Can you do a little of it?
But Mama,
Right, but please do it.
If you but mama me one more time.
Do it.
That's part of it.
The same.
And then-
Go ahead, you guys go
And
for
then
it.
she says, singing does not pay the bills. Singing does not put food on the table. Okay. And then, and then she goes to the competition. Lauryn Hill, she goes anyway. And they say, your teacher says, take off your robes. And they take off their robes and they perform and they win.
They win.
Spoiler alert.
Joyful.
They win with Joyful Joy.
At the very end,
How could
Cheryl
you not
Ralph,
win with
She
No.
goes to her and she says, I was so proud of you.
wonderful out there?
Anthony, you do, and you knew all this.
Flaker.
Leo, you know all this. Oh my God, Shannon Hogan has joined. Hi, Shannon Hogan.
Hi.
We love Shannon.
And there's Calvin and
Quincy.
Kelvin has joined. Kelvin is in. Go ahead. He's your guy.
He's my boyfriend, and he's doing SpongeBob the musical.
Oh my God, which got
The
great reviews, right?
Amazing, fabulous reviews.
Has it
And
opened yet, or is it in
It
3D?
opened last night.
Oh my
And they
God.
And we were at the
Right.
cast party, and let me tell you, that cast. I mean,
Amazing, right?
I'm biased, but I mean, they are some of the most talented, incredible, funny,
And
loving
how will
people.
we find Kelvin?
Oh, well, you can't miss him. His suit looks like this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's got a fabulous rainbow suit designed by David Zinn, and he's like the news reporter.
Everything looks so great in
Oh,
that
it's so
show.
great.
So colorful.
I can't wait
the
to
most
see it.
colorful, creative. It's been a
It's
wonderful.
probably
So
like
Kelvin
already
knows
selling
Julianne
tickets like crazy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And so Kelvin knows Julianne then.
Julianne, yes, who is
Oh my
she's
God.
the dance captain, isn't she? Or dance.
Julianne. Now,
Something.
Julianne is in the show,
Godfrey.
and
Yes,
she's
in the
your.
show.
Tell
She's one of. I met her a long time ago when she was one of our participants. I know, I love you, Julianne.
I don't know you, but I'll love you too.
She's amazing. I worked with her
Yeah.
when she was a student at camp. I worked with her. She was one of my dance captains for musical theater that I taught, and well deserved that she's now in a great show. And she's so talented and wonderful.
And a
So,
sweetheart, and she looked dynamite last
Uh-huh.
night.
And she's in SpongeBob.
She's in
Yes.
SpongeBob. Yes.
Okay, so we want to. Well, first of all, I want to thank people that are coming on. Rory Taggart,
Everybody.
Shannon. I was talking about you last night because some people that you were sitting next to in a restaurant came in. I couldn't believe it. They were like, Shannon Hogan told us to come, and so they were there. So thank you. We're gonna have Shannon on the show. She is the announcer for the New York Islanders.
Ooh.
And yeah, but she's just the coolest person. She's a journalist.
I don't know what a New York Islander is.
Okay, well-
it's you are a New York
A
Islander.
New York Islander is
You're
a
a
hockey
Boston
team.
Islander.
It's a hockey
Oh, it's
team.
hockey.
One of the hockey teams.
Hockey's
There's
fun.
there are the Rangers
dad
and the
likes
New York Islanders. So your dad would know.
He knows.
Yeah, because you guys have the Blackhawks.
Right.
No joke.
Big Blackhawks
We have the
fan.
Bruins,
Yeah.
and then they have the Islanders and the Rangers here, and Shannon is the announcer. But Shannon is a journalist, so that's what she went to school for. So we're going to have her on because we want to talk about that.
Cool.
Suzanne Mason is joined as Jennifer Garcia, Susie Turgeon.
Hello.
Thank you, Drew
Hello.
Cook. Thank you, everybody. Okay, So you were talking about your friend that's in SpongeBob.
Mm-hmm.
Now, so we were talking about this beforehand. Another thing that we all have in common is we also all have worked or do work with kids.
Yes.
That's correct,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
So we are crazy performers ourselves.
Yep.
God knows we do crazy things. But we were talking, the reason that I wanted to have them both on together, besides the fact that Bill Goffey is MIA and could be anywhere lost, like where in the world is
He's like
Walt Disney?
Santa.
He's
We don't know
still-
where
We
he
don't
is.
know where he is. But what you guys, to me, when I think of, okay, a lot of people come to this town and they audition right away. Then your number one thing is you audition,
Mm-hmm.
or you take classes first. Then you audition. Then you want to get in the union because that's a whole other level. Then then you get in the union, then you audition. And sometimes people get shows right away. Some people, whatever your thing is, some people come here to do soap operas, come here to do Broadway. Do theater. Some come to do film. But in between those things, what happens? If you're someone that is just waiting and waiting and waiting, that's a lonely, hard life. So what I love about these guys and that I have in common with them is we create our own work.
We do.
And what does that mean? So I want to come back to you now, Leo. So Leo, you wrote a show a few years. Well, you've written several shows, but your show a few years ago, Broken Moments,
A bar musical.
a bar musical, right? Made it to the Fringe Festival, right?
Yep.
So please tell us about that, and then tell us about what made you want to write a show.
Well, I was doing, I like this solo performance, and I was writing some one-man shows, and I put songs in my one-man showpiece that I had written because paying other people for their songs tends to be a little expensive.
Right.
And I am a poor tamale-making Mexican, so I was not able to...
Thank you for that, by the way.
I love that.
So I wasn't, I wanted to do something, and I've had songs. I've been writing songs since high school, I think a lot of kids do. They found an outlet and poet and put my songs together. And my friends from Cal State Hayward, now East Bay, they were good friends, and they were telling me, "Hey, Leo, we really like your songs, really cool, but we're tired of hearing about you. Maybe you can put your songs in the show."
Those are real friends. That's Susie Camp with me. Susie Camp can cut right to the chase with me.
Yeah, that's
She's like, Maria, that's about your ego. And then I'm like, you know what? You're right. You're right.
Hi, Susie.
You know Susie, yeah. Susie's here in spirit.
And so I wrote the show for them. So that started in 2007.
And how many people are in that cast?
There were
7?
at that time 8 people in that cast because it was just 9 songs and it was an hour lab thing. And when I brought it out here, I worked on.
Oh, so it started out in California.
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
The person that we honor in the show that dead was one of our mentors that we all shared, Edgardo de la Cruz. And so I used the perplex of the dead person there to honor him in that show.
Okay.
And then the people that did it from college, I ended up keeping their names as the cast. And
Oh, great.
out here,
It's like a chorus lining.
Yeah.
The original
Yeah, that's
people
true, Anthony.
that created it, and those are the characters.
You can't get any Broadway references past Anthony Fett. I'll tell you right now.
That's
Don't
what
even
we
think
did
about it.
together.
So last year or the year before was in the
That was the year
festival?
before. It was the year before, 2015, and it was interesting because I produced it the year before as a lab, as a full-run play, and then went into festival to get seen more and did some rewrites and added some songs, changed the blocking around. Brought in Steve Velarde as a director, which helped us out.
Oh,
a
hi,
lot as
Steve.
well.
I like Steve.
I love Steve Velarde.
He's
Oh,
down in the
Steve
West
Velarde,
Village.
we love
Yeah,
Steve.
he's down in
Little
the West
Stevie V,
Village.
that's what I
Yeah.
call him.
And,
If he was in the 50s, he'd be little Stevie V.
He would.
So
He gets a lot of,
talented.
yes, Steven.
So
We have to
talented.
get Steve on here.
He'd be great.
Definitely, we have to talk about that. Okay, so
So then we took it to festival and Fringe, and the crazy part of it was that I was trying to direct and write and be part of it and be in it all at the same time, and that's just crazy.
Who are you, Barbara Streisand?
can't do everything. The nail, Barbara with the. Anthony, give me Barbara nails.
Barbara.
She was directing, right? She always has her nails somehow.
Can we do that from the right side?
Yeah,
Can we do it from the?
Oh, that's really good.
The other
You
side?
know how Christopher Walken always has it in his contract that he has to dance? Did you know that?
No.
In every movie, he has it written into his contract that there must be a dance scene.
Oh, I want that
Because
in my
he's
contract.
Did you know that? He
I want
started
that.
off as a dancer, Christopher Walken. So he always gets that written in. So
I love that.
you should get written. No, and Barbara must be. It must be
Always
that
from
she
the
has to
right.
get- And the nails. She always has those.
Oh,
those
yeah.
beautiful nails,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
she always has it written in that she
I
has
know.
to write a song for whatever movie or has to perform a song.
She's
Barbara
just-
knows what she's doing.
amazing.
We're all huge Barbara fans.
Yes.
You know what's? I'm so mad at myself. I was going to wear my Barbara T-shirt underneath this, and I forgot.
Oh,
Can't believe it. I have a Barbara T-shirt.
She's
but
And I have like
Something
7.
for
So
we
I-
could have worn our next time.
You know
I'm
what?
sure.
I can definitely guarantee you that on December 13th, Barbara will be present in
the
some
show.
form or fashion.
Okay, so Anthony's show is at the Duplex December 13th, which is next Wednesday. What time, Anthony?
9:30.
9:30. So how did they? Let me see. Get your little flyer and
Right
let's
here.
let's show your
I
flyer.
know Barbara's going to be there, but
Okay, so beautiful. So here's Anthony's flyer. Well, it's
Where do I
being
go?
flashed in.
there.
All right.
Oh,
So
that's
there's
good.
the glare.
Perfect.
So if you wanted to see Anthony's show, how do they get tickets, Anthony?
You can get tickets at www.purplepass.com/gayer than Christmas.
Gayer than Christmas, and we've established that Christmas is very happy and joyful. And,
Yes.
and hence, and tell them again, because the spending, I didn't even put this together. The spending,
Oh yeah.
the attention to detail, you said?
Yeah, gays, you know,
Who would decorate the windows if there were no gay people? Oh my God. Can you
I'm
ima-
saying.
Can you imagine?
What would it look like?
Imagine Joe Rocks decorating.
Fingerprints.
What the hell would that look
Fingerprints.
like? There'd be like a
Fingerprints on
pizza.
windows.
It would be a
If Joe
mess.
Rocks was decorating like the Macy's window, there'd be like a pizza, like a shoe.
And not to mention the music.
Oh my God, like something from the North End.
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
Exactly. So you need gay men to decorate windows and all that.
And gay
stuff.
people in general.
Oh,
People who
thank
are,
God.
you know, who identify however, you know,
Lesbians
one of
to
these
rotate your
rainbows.
tires. Thank God.
That's right.
They're
Who
important
is going to
things.
coach softball?
Who's going to coach softball? Thank you, Leo.
You gotta have them.
All right,
Gotta have
so I am Italian. We know that. You are Italian and German
And Irish as
And
well,
Irish,
yes.
Okay. And you are Mexican, right?
Yeah.
From the same
All right,
origin
so we
of
did
America.
check-
Feliz Navidad.
We checked him at the door because, you know, as we had to. I mean, you know,
Okay.
people apparently are telling us that Mexicans are very dangerous.
I
I
love
was
the
so nervous
Mexicans.
because
First of all, let me
I've
just
been
get
friends with Leo for years, and I'm like, oh my God, there's
Okay.
going to be a Mexican in my house. What should I hide?
No,
When
no.
you make tamales,
Yes.
they
So
let
we
you
are forging
anywhere.
ahead into go ahead, keep eating.
Anywhere.
We're moving the segment up.
That's it. Usually it's at the end of the show. So please show everybody the tamales that you made.
When a Mexican comes to your door with tamales, you let them in.
Of course you let them in. Leo, you are welcome here anytime. I will never
We
frisk
have
you. Don't
mole
worry about it.
tamales, green chicken.
So
chili.
love
I've never
mole.
made a tamale. I've
I
eaten
love
tamales,
it.
but Leo, I want you to tell everybody. First of all, you told me that there's a time when people get together and make tamales, right?
Well, usually, like, it was always like the grandmother, the ladies that would get together during the
a
season.
lot of
and they
them,
would make
right?
tamales. Yeah,
Just
a
like
lot
the
of them.
Italians make patellas. They
Exactly.
all get together and they
Exactly.
make
I think
meatballs
every
or
culture
whatever.
has something that gets together
Yeah.
and they make it. So for me, my birthday is always the first weekend of December.
That's right.
And so-
Happy birthday, Leo!
Leo's
Thank you.
birthday. Happy
So that's the
birthday.
age. Thank you.
No,
Um,
we don't need to know ages.
and Wilton Halls is
You're
Timeless.
timeless.
We are timeless. We always will be.
Hashtag timeless.
Hashtag.
Right.
Right.
Invented the timelessness.
The tamales.
Not just like Barbara.
Timeless.
Timeless.
And so I get together for my birthday. I like to keep that tradition since I moved out of East Los Angeles to New York. And I invite my friends over, and we have a tamale making party, and that's how I like to spend my birthday. So
And
we make about
Aw.
150 to 200 tamales
Are you
every
kidding me?
year. One year, I think we had with my friend Kelly. Kelly!
Kelly!
came down, and we made 400 tamales that
Oh
year.
my
So-
God.
But you just get it when
And
I
we're
see-
getting them now. We're so excited.
Yeah, you're getting them now.
I love
Tatiana
tamales.
came over. Tatiana is one of my good friends. You know Tatiana. She comes.
Yes, I do.
to visit us. She's also a Mexican from California, and we sit there and we can just talk and go.
Do you know Adriana
love that.
Maldonado? She is a famous chef in the city,
No, I don't.
and she's from Texas. She's Mexican, and she also same tradition with the tamales. So I didn't know about that tradition. Yeah, the Italians get together and we make in the summertime, at the end of the summer in August, we make. They take the tomatoes and they press them and they make jars of
We make
sauce.
the
with them.
sauce.
Yeah,
You
okay.
do that too, Anthony?
Yeah, we make the sauce at home.
And
Yeah,
you make the
this is-
patellas and all that?
What is a patella?
A pizzella is the Bruzzese do this mostly, the Italians. So they will get together and they're kind of like waffles. They have these certain irons and they're
Oh, the little like round cookies.
yes,
Yeah,
but they're
oh.
like and they have
And then
like
the groove.
yeah, like you
Mhm.
you actually can order one with like your initials on it or your family crest
Yes,
or whatever. It's really,
I know what they
okay,
are,
you
yes.
see all the
Yeah, they're all
Right.
right. Yeah.
okay,
we
so you
want
know what
one.
pitellas are. So Kimberly Hicks has joined us.
Hi, Kimberly and Charles. Hi, Charles.
Charles Caselli has joined us.
Caselli.
Jessica Schaefer has joined us. So every family and every culture has its traditions of when you get together. So Leo and his family and a lot of Mexican families, they make tamales together. And then how long do you keep those for?
It depends on when you get to do them. I keep mine and I'll give them out, so these will be gone by like the end of the
I'm like, keep them.
Yeah, and some people will freeze
They're gone.
them.
Oh, you can freeze them too.
Some people will do it later and they'll do it like right before Christmas.
Okay.
Some families will do it right before New Year's because New Year's that, and they'll have menudo or pozole to get the hangovers done.
Wow, what was that last thing you said?
Pozole. I also brought
Pozole.
He also brought pozole.
I love that.
What
I
is
also
that?
brought turkey pozole. Pozole is a.
What does the word
menudo.
pozole mean? Means
It's
something.
the
Right?
corn. It is the the corn that goes into it. Oh God, I want to say the word right, but I'm like.
It doesn't matter. We don't even know what you're talking about. That's the beauty of it.
You'll eat it later.
I love it. I'll have it. I'll eat anything.
I went to Mexico in September with Calvin. We went for the first
time.
What
part of Mexico
We went
did
to
you go to?
Cancun. We had a beautiful time.
Yeah.
The food was spectacular. The people were so warm.
I know.
And lovely.
I love it there too.
I love Mexico.
Yeah.
And
I went to
from
Puerto Vallarta.
Chicago.
It's beautiful. Yes.
Oh, it's the other side, but I'm sure
Gorgeous.
you encountered similar.
People are the best.
Chicago, very Mexican. In fact, my neighborhood is mostly not German. Well, it's a little bit German. Shout out to the Brauhaus, the Germans. Korean and Mexican.
Wow.
And so we would walk home and get the 10-cent corn muffins from the Mexican
God.
bakery
I
every
love
day.
it.
I love it.
I love it. I love all these different. I mean, New York is like that. New Jersey is like that. I'm sure Massachusetts is completely starting. I mean, a lot of different neighborhoods that you can get like the most delicious
You guys got
thing.
the Irish thing.
Wow, the
down
Irish
there.
and the Italians have, they took over. But then, I mean, when I was growing up, that's what it was. It was like you were either Irish or Italian. And then eventually,
Both.
you met other groups. There were other groups. We just didn't know they existed. And
Right.
I grew up in the North End, so it was the Italians, and then
Right.
Charlestown was the guys.
Still is.
And
I
it
think
still
in all
is.
the large cities that you definitely have pockets of different cultures everywhere. That's what makes New York so crazy. We're all
I love that.
here
It's
together.
Now-
my favorite thing about
Now,
it.
Leo, your first
Big
show was about being adopted, right?
Yeah,
Because you were adopted.
I wrote a show called
Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
No, didn't.
Leo is adopted, chosen.
Chosen. is
Yes,
a
I
show.
love that.
And it talked about being chosen, and then also the choices that we have in life. That's where the original songs came from that went into Broken Moments.
Wow. Now, I want you to tell the story about how you, as a little kid, who you thought your mothers were. It was between, you're going to love this. Go ahead, Leo.
I
to
had this
fantasize.
weird fantasy that it was either, I'm a theater-loving person, right? Mexican, Latin, so it had to be Rita Moreno or it had to be Chita Rivera.
I love this. I love this.
So one year in Berkeley, because I lived in Berkeley, I met Rita Moreno in a Safeway market, and I was bold enough to go up to her and with my little basket and say,
Oh my God,
Miss Moreno, you're amazing. I love you. Just I always had this thought that one,
Oh my God.
And she was so smiley, so great. She was like, mm-hmm. And then she grabbed her husband. She went, "Come this way, honey."
Yeah,
she walked away.
She thought you
She
were.
looks great. I met Rita, Rita, like I know her.
Yeah.
She's my neighbor.
You could.
She
In New York, you could know
you
her.
could. We
Why
did a
not?
thing.
You
She
could.
was at this place up here, right here, United Palace Theater.
Oh yeah, right around the corner.
We did a big event.
They're doing the Hip Hop Nutcracker there
yes
this year, which I might go see.
Broadway
December
PAC,
14th.
Broadway Performing Arts Center. They're shout out to them and Cheyenne and all the work they do with their kids.
Yeah.
They had an event honoring the West Side Story, one of the anniversaries of West Side Story, and Rita was there, and we danced the dance at the gym for her. It was really cool. And Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Oh my
hosted
God!
it.
And I
That
used to wait on Chita Rivera when I worked at Bar Centrale above Joe
she's
Allen.
just the
She
coolest.
is the nicest human being you could ever imagine.
Did you see The Visit when she did that most recent
No,
one?
and I'm kicking myself.
Oh,
I didn't get to see it. It didn't have time, and everybody said it was amazing.
she was.
She is
amazing.
one of the nicest, most genuine human
Yeah.
beings you will ever meet.
Yeah.
She used to come in all the time because years ago she had dated the owner, who's Joe Allen. He's a famous restaurateur.
Right.
And they were an item back in the
Are you
day.
my mother.
It's true. You never know. Maybe. See?
Gina.
Anything is possible.
Mhm.
But she was lovely, and she is a lovely person. So let me see. What I like to check on the time. Okay, so we have a good half hour left. Now, since we already did our food, let's bring out the rest of the food that we have and talk about that.
Okay.
So Anthony made a delicious pico de gallo.
Well, I could take the credit, but mostly
Kelvin made it?
Kelvin, we made it together.
It smells so good, right?
Today was our first day off.
And what goes in a pico de gallo, which is also a Mexican dish.
Well, we have some fresh cilantro.
Right,
I think
but
that's
the
probably the
numbers.
most important.
And if you hate cilantro, forget it. I
You
love
gotta have
cilantro.
it.
A lot of people hate it. They say it tastes like soap. I love it.
Delightful.
Oh my God, it's delicious.
Cilantro and onions.
Onions.
Onions and tomatoes.
Chopped up really small. That's
really
it. It's so good. So you put that on something, or you put it on.
Chop and chop and chop.
Yep.
I'm over there. You
Tortillas,
know,
all that
I'm
stuff.
Kelvin's sous chef. I do a lot.
You know
of
what? Being a sous chef
preparation.
is good. I can
You taught
go
me how
either
to
way.
use a knife.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
good.
you know, I can really. You know,
And then I made a delicious salad with
look at
avocados and
that.
tomatoes, and we got all kinds of stuff in there. We'll throw the pico de gallo on top of
This
it.
is just prop food.
Yeah, we're gonna eat all this after the show, as
Oh,
my
fun.
guests will attest. We always eat after the
And
show.
Marie, I think you mentioned that.
Oh, of course, because it's we got to go with the lime theme of the Mexican food. So I got key lime meringue pie,
Yes.
and we have to put. We're gonna have to put a candle in there for Leo's birthday.
We do.
And celebrate. I'm
Yes.
gonna have to get some matches somewhere.
Can we put pico de gallo?
Listen, I'll try anything. I'll try anything. Okay, so now, Anthony, I want you to talk about your dance competition stuff.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
because you do a lot of that. So what is that? I don't know what that is. What is that?
It's
you go away
a
and do these-
competition company
Okay.
called Energy National Dance Competition. Hi guys, and they if you've ever seen the television show Dance Moms,
Yeah.
it's that world.
That
of,
world,
of the
okay.
dancing children and their moms.
And what age groups?
All age groups ranging from barely speaking, like 4 or 5,
Yeah.
to 18.
Wow.
To
And
high school
you
level.
teach them, or you judge the competition?
I am the host. I am the host.
And what does that mean? What do you
host.
do? Like, what's something that you would do in a day?
So I announce all of the entries, all of the competitors to the stage, and say their numbers, and then make witty banter between, and present them with their awards. At
So
the
you're
end.
like the MC.
Are you
I am the
like
MC, and
regional, or like
we do a regional that lasts all through the winter into
Wow.
the spring, and then we do a summer nationals, which is
And
growing
where are
growing
they
every
held?
year.
Different places every year?
I travel from January to June. I travel every weekend all over the United States,
Wow.
and I will be coming to a town near you.
Oh, my God.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It is incredible. You know, anyone who works with you.
What's
all
the
know
hardest
working
part
with
of it?
kids.
Is it the traveling?
Yes.
Yeah, would have to be.
And then even that's not. I mean, if you have the constitution for it, you're okay to just. I
And the
have a
constitution
system, you
for
know.
it is you have to live out of a suitcase for a few months.
You have
right?
to be comfortable knowing, simplifying your life in that way.
Right.
But the nice thing with the competitions I found is actually that we I spend 4 days in New York and then 3 days on the road. 4 days in New York, 3 days on the road. So
Yeah, that is cool.
and I also get a chance to visit my family in Chicago and
Yep.
and see friends in Los Angeles and in Texas and
And it's
Florida,
in the summertime,
wherever.
so it's not, right? It's not in the cold.
No, it's in the
months.
cold. Which
When's this out? January?
I start in
Okay.
mainly February, March, April, May, and then
All right.
June,
And that's a whole other
July.
world that I don't know anything about.
What was the
That's
hottest song last year?
Oh, for goodness sakes, I don't know.
Oh, so
love-
they can pick
Isn't it
songs.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, Leo, take it.
from 1920.
Yeah, well,
I love
listen,
Choo Choo to take me right back to
When
the
I was
track.
in college,
Jack, all that
they would
stuff.
always come in and rent our theater, and we as
Yeah.
college students would work the, we were doing shows all the time. We would work the theater,
Yeah.
and so these dances would come in. I imagine that they were a precursor to on their way to what you do.
That sounds very show choir. I was in show
Well,
choir.
they were dance concerts, and
Okay.
they would just play the recording, and the little 4 or 5 years old would come out, and they would
Chug a lug.
Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
we
how
still see
cute.
that.
Yeah,
They're still doing that number. But they, especially the teenagers, they like to do the pop music.
something
they're-
smells really Italian all of a sudden.
Yeah, well,
Oh
no, he's
boy.
finally here.
Oh my god.
oh, my God. Let him put his bags down. He's had a long day. He was bitching about it on
Speaking of Choo Choo
Facebook.
Chaboogie, just
Choo
off
Choo
the
Chaboogie.
train here.
Oh, my God. Anyway, we're so happy to see you. Bill Goffey is here.
He's in the background.
Yeah, and that's okay. Let him settle down. You know how he is. He's got to settle in. And then thank God.
We're
he got-
live, Bill.
Yeah, we're live, Bill. Don't say anything during. Don't come out with no pants on, for the love of God.
Yeah, who do you think
You know
you're
who he
on,
is? He's
me?
like yeah, he'll shuffle about. So, Leo, now, what would you say? What is your outlet these days? like creative outlet? Because you also manage a restaurant, right? Right now,
manage a restaurant right now,
which is a great restaurant. I
right
ate
now,
there the
a lot
other
of
day.
songwriting is going on. I have a couple of other play ideas that I'm working on, but songwriting mostly, and re-editing broken moments, because there's, I think any playwright takes whatever happens in life and adds it in, and this dysfunctional family that I've created, there's this little bit more dysfunction to tighten up what was going on.
And how did you feel about your run in the Fringe Festival a couple years back? Were you happy with it? What did you learn from it?
I learned that festivals are a lot of fun, especially when you participate with everybody around you.
Mm-hmm.
As a producer, it's financially taxing.
Right, I can imagine.
That's for sure. But it's a good experience, and also get to see a lot of the beginning theater of what else is out there. I mean, there's a lot of things that are not main stage that are such great theater that don't necessarily fit on Broadway or right off Broadway. And some of these festivals show you things that you can do, or possibilities, or different staging, or they bring back classics.
Yeah, I've seen my friend Lisa Ramirez. She's out in San Francisco now, but she wrote an amazing play called Exit Cuckoo. And Lisa, when you're back in New York, let me know, and I'll have you on the show. Or maybe I'll go out to San Francisco. But I saw her show Exit Cuckoo about 3 or 4 different times, and every time it evolved. Mm-hmm. And there were different things. I loved it every time.
Yeah.
See, I would have kept it exactly the way it was, but then I would see it the second time and think like, wow, that was a great idea. Or I love where it went to. And that's
the coolest thing with the creative process.
Yeah.
Any project that you're working on, and the Fringe, just to piggyback onto the Fringe thing, because you need that step to create and to workshop in a smaller space and to work on the piece as it grows. And just to link that around, SpongeBob, for example, 10 years to
that long
to create, and how many workshops, and what you're saying, you did your solo show, and then it grew into this bigger piece at the Fringe, and then it grew,
and you do backers auditions,
and it continues. The work continues.
That's going to be like my next step is recording and backer stuff to get that,
And I love the music, by the way. I don't know.
I can't wait to see it.
That song, the love song, All About Love, is such a great song. It's so catchy, and I love the message. And
I want that to be my Bob Hope. Bob Hope had thanks for the memories.
You love Bob Hope. Go ahead, talk about Bob Hope. You love Bob Hope.
Had thanks for the memories, and All About Love is this message that I think that any show that I do that I can put it into, I would use it like he did.
And you should. I love it. It's all about it. It is.
So can we just say hello to Billy? I know you don't want to be on camera. He doesn't want to be on camera, even though you got a haircut. You have that sweep in the front, like a very Bobby Darin sweep going on there.
Teeth.
He looks great.
I washed my teeth.
Oh, see, there he is. Now you're going to make him mad. You look very handsome.
Your fans.
And I like your shirt.
I love you.
Billy Goffey is here.
Fans.
Oh,
maybe if we lure him here with the tamale.
Well, we have tamales. Okay. So Billy's there, and he has his guitar. What, should we sing a little something?
It's up to you.
I think... Listen, I think we should give them a little something. Should we give them a little something Christmas, like a little Feliz Navidad?
Oh, that would be fun.
Come over there.
Yeah, come over there and play.
We'll
give them, since we're doing the Mexican theme tonight with the tamales, the pico de gallo.
Oh, I love it.
We have the key lime pie. The cucaracha, which cucaracha means cockroach, right?
I don't want to know that.
Yeah.
I knew that, but I don't want to know that.
There he is. Here's Bill Goffey. Oh, there he is. There he is. Uncle Billy.
They're touching.
All right, Billy. Let's do it.
Please take my.
May I have something?
Yeah, we have a hat with a little something.
I like the reindeer ears.
You want the reindeer?
Oh my God, I'd love to be.
Do you want to be Rudolph, or just you can pick your reindeer? That's Rudolph, but if
I'd like to be. Well, you would think I would be. I'll be. Should I be Prancer?
Well, Prancer wouldn't have a red nose.
Let me be Rudolph.
Right, then you're Rudolph.
All right.
All right, and then here's for Bill. Well, actually, hold on, because we don't want to.
All right.
Here.
All right. So I'm out in the cold.
Reindeer.
I'm a reindeer out in the cold.
Here.
Which reindeer was the slut?
Vixen. How did we? That's why it was going to be Vixen, but I'm not as slutty as I used to be. As you get older, you eat instead.
Bill's there he is. Bill's going to be in the show too.
Yes, he is.
He's doing all sorts of fun things.
All right.
And get in here.
Well, he's swinging that like a stripper. He's like an elf stripper, like an ARP elf stripper. Jesus Christ! What the hell? All right, you ready, Bill? Should we
What
do
are we
a
doing?
little Feliz Navidad for the people?
What?
No,
six,
wait,
Wait,
Mexican. You got to do it in
In
Spanish.
Spanish.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Here we go. If you're out there and you want to sing along, you know it.
Play it loud, everybody.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año de felicidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año de felicidad.
English!
I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart.
Cha-cha-cha!
Yay!
Yay! Oh, now I feel like it's Christmas.
That was fun.
That's the thing about Billy. He just can play anything.
And on the fly, he just literally just walked in
Totally on the
door.
fly. Oh, my God. Let's check
Thanks,
in.
Bill.
Oh, my God. Let's check in with all our people.
Did you guys like that?
Did you like that? I hope
Yeah.
so. Let me see. You're okay. Julie Casari. Casari has checked in. Everybody, did you like our Feliz Navidad?
Yay!
Oh my
It was a
God!
gayer than Christmas,
Yay!
I hope so.
All the hearts are coming in. All the hearts are coming in.
Yay! Merry
Billy,
Christmas,
thank you for joining us. Will you
Happy
cater?
holidays.
Will you cater it today? Does he have to go back to the nursing home tonight? Or no? He's got the.
You know what the name of the nursing home is that we
What
sent
is
to?
it?
What?
Shady Pines.
Oh no! All right. God will
Get you,
get.
Leo.
God,
God will get you.
please.
He's an angel, can't you
He
tell?
is. He's untouchable.
That's right.
He's an angel. But then again, if people have told me Lucifer was an angel too, I didn't know that. I forgot. He was originally, and then he fell. Remember?
Angels Fall.
Angels. Oh my God! Leo, are you all right? Shit! Jesus Christ, Leo fell. The fallen angel. Oh my God! Holy shit! I hope you're okay. All right, so
I did that on purpose.
I know he did. We loved it. It was really good. We love Pratfall. Speaking of the Carol Burnett show, as we talked
Oh,
about,
wasn't that fun?
we love Carol Burnett. The show was on the other night. I missed it, but it's going to be on
Did you
demand.
tape it? I taped it.
I didn't
come
even
over
know
and
it was
watched it.
on.
Yep.
Yeah, it was on.
Sergeant Sue Murray told me about it.
My aunt, Auntie Eva. Hi, Auntie Eva. I hope
Hi,
she's
Auntie
watching.
Eva. What did she say?
She's my TV buddy. We watch Dancing with the Stars together.
Yeah.
We watch Will and Grace, which I think is having a special tonight.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
they're-
yeah?
Love and Grace.
Thursday.
I'm not sure, but they're usually on Thursdays. But she told me there's some kind of special because she knows these things.
Right,
So she
right.
told me to watch that Carol Burnett special.
Oh man, I hope I can
So
catch it
thank
on.
you.
Carol Burnett was my number one comic influence of my life.
Oh,
The Carol
she's-
Burnett show.
yeah.
That show, and you were talking about like you wish variety shows were still around.
Yeah,
We talked about that, right, Bill?
Variety shows, but there was Sonny and Cher, there was
Oh,
Captain
we
and
love
Tennille, the Brady Bunch,
The Smothers
Brothers.
Brothers. Do you remember the
Smothers
Smothers
Brothers?
Brothers? You guys are too young, I think.
I've never
I
seen
remember
any of these
Smothers
things from the live,
In
I
the-
only
but you're
see them on
younger
the
than us.
Time Life commercials in the hotel room at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Right. You
You're
would
like,
love. You know what, Anthony?
Time Life presents
You should go
Yeah.
back and look at that
Sonny and
stuff.
Cher show.
And you should see
It's kind of what you do. It's kind of what you do.
Oh well, I've seen later now some of them, and the special that was on last night was so much fun. She did all the shout outs to the Dawn
right,
went
Gone with
with the wind.
I
Went
saw
with
through
the
the window. I just
Oh,
had
that-
to have
I
it.
just had to have
that
it.
is just classic.
Yeah. So,
Check
what were your
Condom.
comic influences growing up, Anthony?
Mine?
Yeah.
Well,
Well, just what were your I know Barbara.
of
Was
course, Barbara was big. Broadway, and I remember seeing Into the Woods. It's not really a comedy per
Streisand.
se. Who? Barbara Streisand.
Big. He doesn't.
Into the Woods when it came out on PBS, actually PBS, because we weren't
Right.
allowed to watch just TV when we were little kids.
Oh, you weren't?
No, we watched
Well,
educational
good for your mother.
programs.
Thank you, Mrs.
Hi,
Fett.
Mom and Dad.
Your mom is
I was
fabulous.
raised by
And your dad. You have a great family. Anthony.
I really love
And your
them,
brother Timmy, who I
very
love.
lucky. Timmy and Melissa. Hi, guys.
That's watching too.
And
We love Timmy Fett. He's cute.
we watched a lot of those specials. So that Into the Woods in particular, that one I watched. I watched things on a loop.
Did you used to watch West
Wizard
Side
of Oz,
Story
West Side Story.
when
My
it was
dad
on
made me watch
television?
West Side-
Oh
yes.
my god,
My father's the one who made me watch it.
it's so good.
Yeah.
My mom used to love that. It used to be on right around Thanksgiving, wasn't it?
Yep.
And then the
Sound
Wizard
of Music too.
Wizard of Oz.
Yep, the Wizard of Oz
Wizard
would
of
be
Oz.
on in March,
I think
right
I can-
before Easter.
I think I can still probably do, I would say, 85% of the dialogue of the film The Wizard of Oz. Just
No,
my
of
God,
course.
really?
And I won't-
Yeah.
The film that I can do almost 100% of the dialogue is Moonstruck. My family loves
good
Moonstruck.
one.
Oh my God!
Somebody
and then The
tell
Godfather.
a joke.
Still Magnolias is one of mine.
Okay, so that's the one.
yeah.
You and how about you, Anthony? What's the one that you love?
All About Eve.
Oh,
my
All About
God.
Eve.
Billy Goffey. What's a movie that you just could watch a million times over and over?
Moonstruck is
Moonstruck.
Oh, and let's not forget Titanic, which is back in theaters. Like, they need me to do a promo for them.
Yeah.
But
Or
Titanic's back.
Billy will remember this:
Love
the
Titanic.
Poseidon Adventure. Do you remember the Poseidon?
Swim, Shelley, swim!
Manny, remember?
Bill lent me his copy of the Poseidon Adventure on VHS to watch.
I'm telling you,
Because
that
I'd
was
never
really
seen
big.
it.
When we were growing up, when Bill and I were growing up, it was all those disaster movies.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Towering Inferno?
Towering
I've never seen
Inferno.
it.
Oh my God, there was like a string of like one after another. I mean, you were full of anxiety that some disaster was going to happen. Poseidon Adventure, the Towering Inferno. What was the other one? There was a million of them happening. Something was always falling. So someone was always dying or drowning.
I know.
Like Angels.
It was too much. It was too much.
I only like it if Celine is singing the song behind it. You know what I mean?
Celine.
Like, the ship is going down.
You know, so the
I'm not a
greatest.
Titanic fan.
You know, you're like, okay.
Oh, I love that. Do that again. That's the. Oh, I love
That
that.
one's out of tune.
Oh my God, Billy, should we do another Christmas song? What do you like? What can we do that you can play? Oh my God, what would be a fun Christmas song that we can just jump into like a little? Let's think of you. Think about it, Bill. I'm excited. I just want to keep singing. We love to sing.
This is what we do.
This is what we
Christmas
do.
carol.
You know, we're like all big kids. No matter how old we get, that's all we want to do is sing. It's like, is it wrong?
It's the thing I love the most in the world.
I know, me too. Of all
It's
the
an
things that you
expression
do.
of joy. It's the purest, expression of joy.
I know.
And thank you, by the way,
For what?
For always sharing your joy with all
but
of
I'm
us.
a
Out
happy
here on the
person.
radio, out there with the people.
I
in
don't
the village.
understand.
You're
How,
out-
look, you think things don't go wrong in our lives? I mean,
No,
as performers, of course they do. You think we don't have heartache? But for the love of God, like, try to be happy.
Yeah.
There's so much to be
We need
happy about.
happiness in the
Number
world.
one, you live in America. Okay?
Hallelujah.
I mean, look at what we have that other people don't have. Number two, we have our health. We have our friends. There's so many great things. And then if you're in the music business, oh my God, or any kind of creative business, this show, what it's about is I always interview two creative people because creative people to me are like, there's always something going on. There's always possibility of more stuff. And we all are creative. Like people say, I can't tell you how many people say to me, oh, I'm not creative at all. Yes, you are. You'd be surprised how creativity manifests.
That reminds me of one of my favorite traditions, holiday traditions. Maria has a night at the Duplex, which you do every year at Thanksgiving, the turkey coloring contest.
Yeah, the turkey, the Thanksgiving.
What do you call it?
The Monday before Thanksgiving, I do, it's like arts and crafts night. I didn't do it this year.
What?
I didn't do it this year. I took a year off. But I love arts and crafts and all that kind of fun stuff.
We have to bring it back.
Yeah, we have to bring it back. And we are having our holiday party, April, oh my God. December 20th. It's a Thursday.
Oh, okay.
Singer Spotlight Night is having its
that'll be
Christmas
fun.
party that night. So if you're
Hi,
in the vicinity,
Darius.
hi Darius.
Hello.
If you are in the vicinity, and we
Greatest.
have a really great new member, Taylor Ray McGinnis. She's great. No, that's Casey you're thinking about.
Casey.
But Casey Lee, and then there's Taylor Ray. Taylor Ray and Casey Lee.
They sound like they should be like
I know,
in a
sometimes-
brother-sister bluegrass band or
Well,
something.
maybe
We should
someday.
do Bing Crosby
Are you
and,
my mother? They might be related.
Who knows?
Are you my mother?
But
That's
anyway, so we're
exciting.
having our holiday party. Now, this is not your first Christmas show, right?
No, it's
How
the
many have you done so
second
far?
annual Christmas show.
Second annual
But I've been
Christmas-
doing shows, cabaret shows. for
I loved your
long.
other cabaret show. What was that called? That I played
Hashtag
for?
fetting the duplex.
Hashtag fetting.
Yeah. So it's my hashtag that Ben Cameron, who's another cabaret.
We love Ben
guy,
Cameron. Oh,
we
you know
love
who's going to
him,
be on the
love
show
that
next
guy.
week? Speaking of Ben Cameron, because
Yeah.
they're great friends and they've done a lot of Colleen Harris.
Oh, Colleen!
So next- yes.
She's coming. We love you, Colleen.
We love Colleen. Colleen is going to be on the show next week with Joe Cangelosi. So next week,
Oh, he's great too.
it's Joe Cangelosi, who's
my
been on the
gosh.
show before, but he's coming back because Joe is he's got his own design company, interior design company, and I'll have him tell you. But
I follow you on Instagram, Joe.
we love Joe. He's an amazing guy, and he's Italian, and of course So he's going to talk about holiday decorating ideas or ways that you can make your home a holiday home, or in a subtle way or not so subtle way.
See, gays,
right?
Got to do it.
That's what it is. I know. So you know what? If you're out there and you hate gay people, who's going to decorate your home? Who's going to decorate your tree? Who the hell do you think made all those pageant dresses? Who do you think is making the priest robes? Oh, please.
I had a fitting for a priest robe today.
I'm telling you.
No, this is not a joke. I had a costume fitting because I also part-time. You know, us artists, we got to have part-time because Super at the Met.
Talk about this. Talk about this.
And I am doing the new production of Tosca, which is a Puccini opera. I love, love, love the opera.
And you're in that.
They fit me for this, priest robes. I'm carrying a sacred candle and processing through the opera.
And that's going to be your costume?
And that's going to be my costume.
In Tosca?
See? Yeah.
So if we go to see Tosca, we're going to see you in that?
You're going to see me. Yeah.
Oh, my God. What a life, huh?
It's amazing.
You were just in another show, weren't you?
Yeah. I do La
Turandot?
Boheme and Turandot as well.
Oh, wow.
Uh-huh. And I've done Aida.
And you've done that since you were a little kid, right?
I got my start in show business in the opera as a super at 5 years old.
What does that mean as a super?
Yeah,
super is like a abbreviated word that comes from supernumerary, which is basically like a fancy way of saying extra.
Okay.
Wow. It's like extras in a movie.
Okay.
Supers are at the opera.
Okay, I love that. I got to bring my dad. My dad's a huge opera buff.
Oh, yeah, I told you.
I just got to get him. Oh, Joe Savino was saying gravy.
Oh,
Joe,
yeah.
Okay, so the gravy, we make the gravy on Sunday.
Oh, is he?
Well, the Italians, he's Italian.
You're from the East Coast, I'm going to guess,
yes.
Joe. Because
Joe's
I think
from
a
the
lot
East Coast.
of East Coasters, they say gravy. And
you're from Chicago, Italians.
I'm from Chicago, and we just say sauce.
We say sauce. Now, my mother used to say gravy, but a lot of my cousins say sauce. Like my cousin Ronnie, if he were here, he'd be like, why do they call it gravy? It's just sauce. That makes
It's a sauce.
But
I say gimme. Just gimme.
Just gimme, right.
Gravy,
That's
sauce.
That's right.
I think it might depend on, too, if there's meat in it. If there's meat in it, Billy, what do you think? What do you call it?
You just blew my mind.
Meat, it's gravy.
If it's
tomato, it's
sauce.
But it's a tomato-based sauce.
Not
Right.
sauce.
For example, my
If you're
mother,
in New York, it's sauce.
I'm
Right.
giving her secrets away. She cooks the meatball in the sauce.
Me too.
But the
I
sauce,
fry it first. You fry it first?
Of course, you fry it
Yes,
first.
okay, good.
But then you don't necessarily have meat in the sauce. The sauce is still a marinara sauce.
Right. Yeah, but then
just
once
kinda
it's
takes the
flavored with
flavor.
meat, it's a meat sauce.
We're going to have to
I
do
mean,
an
the
episode,
vegetarians.
Maria, where we're
What?
in the kitchen doing sauce versus gravy.
This is
Oh
a
my
very
God, that's a great, because I
heated
make
topic.
a marinara
Heated
sauce
topic.
all the time. Like I just will
I'm
whip up a
carrying
marinara. That's like easy tomato sauce. But if you throw, you're right. So I fry my meatballs, right, and then you fry your sausage, and then I know we're gonna eat right after this, and then I throw that in a sauce that becomes gravy. Right, Billy? That is correct. Billy reads many cookbooks. He loves them.
And he's an excellent chef. And he's
amazing.
done great,
Now, Billy,
biscotti
makes
cookies.
Billy, can you come and tell?
Come to plug your foods.
Next week, okay.
Billy Biscotti.
So all right. So I'm gonna because I'm gonna get serious for a minute. Billy, my friend Billy, makes delicious food. He makes delicious. Well, one of his specialty is biscotti. So he makes how many different varieties? Like 20, 30? He just shot himself.
Most of them all with nuts, though, which I can't eat. But thanks.
Well, he can do it without the nuts. You know that.
But he prefers it with the nuts.
You know, I knew it. I knew we were going to take that road. All right, so Billy's Biscottis. If you want to, I put it on my Facebook. I'll put it on my Facebook again. If you want to order Biscottis for the holiday season, you want to get a hold of Bill Goffey. He's my Facebook friend. Do you have a website, Bill? No. All right.
Just go to www.com.
Just look on my page and you'll find Billy's Biscottis. You want to order biscotti, you want to have them shipped somewhere, Billy will make them for you and he will send them out.
That's right.
And also, one of the things that I love that Billy makes is pizza. So he can come to your house, make pizzas as you're having your party. You don't feel like cooking. He'll be in the kitchen with a pizza stone making pizzas and bringing them out. One of the parties that I had, a musician's party, Billy did that, and they were delicious. So Billy can do that for you.
He's tickling me.
Oh no!
He's tickling me 'cause I'm in a onesie.
See, now it's getting gayer than gay. This is where the kids can't watch anymore. We have kids, and now they're all.
I'm so glad. Aren't you guys glad that Maria is doing this show?
I'm loving it.
You always needed this platform.
Well, you know what? Thank you, Joe Rocks. If it wasn't for Joe Rocks and Jimmy Bell, they're the guys that give me the platform.
Thank you.
So let's check on how we're doing for time. We have, what do you got there, Bill? What do
And
you-
they like her. Wait. They like her so much that she's now on iHeartRadio.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk
Awesome.
about that. Okay, so you want to watch the show on Facebook Live, of course. Come to this Facebook page every week. It's open, and you can, Tuesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern. You can watch What's the Story with Maria. You want to listen live on the radio station as it's happening. Armed Radio provides us with armeddigitalmedia.com. Go there, click it on, and you listen to us live, as do people across the country and 60 other countries, by the way. So Armed Digital Media goes to 60 countries.
Wow.
58% of that is in the United States. 42% of it is in 60 other countries. So
Wow.
like my friend Joe
Hi,
Simmons.
all over the world.
All over the world.
Huh.
Joe Simmons listens in London every week. I know that.
Cheerio.
Exactly. Cheerio is right. Now, let's say you missed that and you're like, damn it, I wish I could have heard that. You have two options. Spreaker, SPREAKER.com is a podcast house. You can listen. Just go there, type in Armed Radio. That's our the mothership, as they say. Then you type in What's the Story with Maria, and I'll pop up, and you can hear all the shows archived. This is episode 21. Also, iHeartRadio just picked up this show.
21 today.
We're 21 today. iHeartRadio picked up the show, and you can go and listen to podcasts. That's all archived. I was listening to it today, old episodes.
So cool.
all this stuff is listened to. So, Anthony, what is something that you do at Christmas with your family that you love? Are you going home for Christmas?
Well, this will be my home for Christmas this year.
All right. So, because those of us that live, like Leo, you're from LA, you're from Chicago, I'm from Boston.
I did get to do Thanksgiving in Chicago this year,
Okay,
which is
great.
why I thought I missed the turkey.
The
thing
turkey,
this year.
but you didn't miss it.
So, because I was in Chicago for Thanksgiving, and my sister has sort of taken the reins on the Thanksgiving dinner and done just an amazing job.
And she's married.
She's engaged.
Oh.
She's getting married in August.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
We're not ready yet. We got
No, you got to prepare. And-
to get the
Boy,
outfits.
you
We
know
got
what? Having a
presents.
gay brother before a wedding is wonderful.
Oh, she was like, all right, we're
Think of that.
engaged. And my brother and I got on the phone and we were like, all right, so we're going to Mendelssohn.
Because your brother is gay as well.
Yeah, yes, he
Timmy.
is.
I love that story, by the way, that you told in that. That was really funny about how you were trying to come out to your parents, and then your brother was like,
Oh, yeah. It was easy for him.
yeah, he just like flew out with it, and you were like,
He was
preparing
like, whatever
to-
he is, that me. Yeah,
that's
same.
me. Okay, I like that. I like that.
Me too.
Is he younger?
He is younger.
Okay,
yes.
so if you're a younger brother, sometimes that's easy. Just say me too.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever it is. Okay.
I opened all the doors, including the closet.
Perfect.
You know,
And Timmy, well, shout out to Timmy. We love Timmy.
true.
And oh my God! All right, so you're not going home for Christmas, but you're
No, but
gonna
I'll
do
send
your
him my
show.
love. And we do have what my favorite tradition is actually is caroling, Christmas caroling. We
You
have
do
a
that
group.
in the city?
I do it here, and we've done it for years. Growing up, I was with the Chicago Children's Choir. Shout out to them.
Yay!
A wonderful organization for kids who want to sing together. And a lot of the alumni got together, and we sing in the neighborhoods. We do a nursing home, and we sing at bars and stuff around town, and it's just a great tradition. They're doing it again this year in Chicago, so look forward to that.
I love it, and
Yeah.
also they do it I know they do it in the city as well.
Yeah, we do it. I've done it here in New York, and
But you know what? I
hope the
challenge
tradition
you. I'm
continues,
sending a
yeah.
challenge out to you folks, because when I lived in I've lived in different places in Massachusetts. The last place I lived was Stoneham because I went to high school there. And we used to, our theater people, even after we graduated, we used to get together and we would go caroling. Just like maybe 10 people. It was wonderful. So I challenge you, no matter where you live in the country, and let me know, check in with What's the Story with Maria. I challenge you to get a group together.
Yeah,
No matter what
yeah.
age you are, get a bunch of people together and go caroling. And you think it's hard, but it's not. You
It's
just
not.
write down some lyrics, maybe to 10 songs.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you just rotate them. And you you can bring candles with you.
Jingle
or-
bells.
Jingle bells
Gotta
are
have
great.
some bells.
I always have jingle bells. I should have brought them. I have them. in-
I had so many, but I wasn't
Yeah,
sure
but
'cause the radio.
Right, and that's true. You were smart because then the sound gets crazy. But I challenge you to do that. You can do it with your people from school. You can do it with people from your church. You can do it with your neighbors.
We start in the alley every year.
Which alley?
It's just the alley behind our house.
Oh,
in Chicago.
really?
Yeah.
I love that.
We live in apartments. We live in the city.
Yeah.
We always go down the stairs and we start in the alley.
Well, that must sound so beautiful. The
It
acoustic-
does. It's cool.
Must be
And
fun.
all people in our street come out of the back.
You know what?
back
We have
doors
an
and they-
alley in my building too.
And they just.
I
they
should
listen.
put-
Carol.
You
That's
know
great.
what? If you live in an apartment building, you should put a notice in your building that says hi neighbor and whatever. You don't have to put your apartment. Just put your cell phone number or something, or your email, and say we want to get a caroling night together. These are I'm telling you, this is the way to do it. I'm going to do that in my building. We have a lot of musicians in this area. You're in this area. We should do it in this area. Billy, what do you say? We get a group together and we just walk around and do that.
And Venture Thomas just sent it.
And oh my gosh, hey, she needs to be in my caroling group.
Oh yeah. Oh, have you ever seen Holy Night? Oh my god.
And wow, what a voice!
Wow,
and great gal.
Yeah.
Edie Gershman, she's my Rodan and Fields.
How you doing?
Oh,
she's the reason I do Rodan and Fields. Thank you. She got me involved.
We gotta
in it.
have
She's
the beautiful skin for the holidays.
Listen, let me tell you something. I've been using. You think I'm joking? I've been using this stuff for like 2.5 weeks.
You do look great, Maria. You do.
That's all I'm doing, and I can't even tell you because I'm not the kind of person that would ever end up doing any plastic. I can't, and I don't. I mean, if you do that, that's your gig.
No.
Do it. You want to do Botox? That's your gig. Go for it. I'm not that person, so I need good skin products. I've always had good skin products, and now I found this the best of the best. So Rodan and Fields, and I sell it. So if you want any stuff, just contact me, and I'll hook you up. Carly Bell checked in.
Hey.
Kelvin checked in. You know, there's Kelvin. There's your guy. So Kelvin, I heard your show was great. It was a big success, and I know you're in the show now, so you can't do What's the Story with Maria, but at some point we'll have to figure something out or get him in. Maybe on the phone. All right, so we have, let me see, about 2 minutes left to our show, I think.
It went so fast.
I know. Jimmy Bell, how are we doing for time? He'll let us know. He'll come in when we
I thought for sure an hour, and I would be like, "Oh no, what are we going to talk about?" And then I realized it's us. And,
You know what, Billy? Do you know Silent Night? Maybe we can we play that out?
One verse.
One
We
quiet
don't have a lot
verse.
of time.
And Jimmy, if you have to take us out, take us out. Don't worry. We're going to sing Silent Night. And you're
love
out
you.
there. We love you. We want to wish you a happy holiday season. I know we have a few more weeks to Christmas. Next week is a Christmas theme as well. And we appreciate you. So if you're at home,
love.
Yeah.
just
It's all about love this season.
It is all about love. We got to take care of each
the
other.
world, just send your love out to everybody. It's what we need. And laughs.
All right, well, just take us out, Jimmy. We're going to sing it out. Holy night. Thank you, Jimmy Bell. All is calm. All is bright. Good night from What's the Story with Maria. Young Virgin Mother and Child. Good night. Holy infant, so tender and mild. Sleep in heavenly peace. To